welcome to a new Harry's Garage video, and today's car is the Land Rover Defender Octa. And this is a mad car. This is a 635 horsepower ultimate off-roader, if you like, and it's going to take on the World Rally Raid Championship next year, including Dakar. So it's built to be really tough, as you can probably tell from the look of it. And I've had this car a few days. My intention was to test this on road chiefly. I've done a little bit of towing with it, and I have done a little bit of off-roading with it because a neighbouring farmer has an off-road day, and that was this morning, so that's why it appears slightly muddy. Now, this car is an expensive option on Defender. It is on the road price in the UK, £148,000. But there is a lot of tech to discuss this. This has the trickiest suspension system, all interlinked, no anti-roll bars, and there is so much work on this car to go through. So let's go and have a closer look. I think if you see this in your mirror, you can instantly see the sort of added muscle on this car. Wider track, 68mm wider. That's why it's got these wing extensions here, and just all-round muscle, the look of it. No sort of spoilers or anything for the performance. This is 155 mile an hour Defender, this, but you'll see this repeated, this sort of square look on the grille. This comes from its name, it's Octa. It's a sort of square signature all over the car, and we really like the way they've done this Defender bronze outline on it and the way it stands proud of the bonnet. It's a very definite signature Defender, as you see. And then I think an essential option on your Defender Octa, if you're ordering one up, are the 20-inch Motorsport wheels, as you see here. They are normally finished in a sort of satin black. We've added some mud today, unfortunately, and they will come with all-terrain tyres. Now, just a thing on all-terrain tyres. These are the advanced all-terrain tyres on this car. They are a £530 option on top of your £5,250 for these wheels, and they are the ultimate off-road tyre. They're as tough as they come. Triple layer protection within them on the sidewalls as well. The downside of these tyres is it means your car is speed limited to 99 miles an hour. There is another all-terrain tyre available with this wheel design, and that lifts the speed to 130 miles an hour, and they're not quite as extreme as these, but if you saw them on the road you couldn't tell the difference. They still have this chunky appearance, which I think is part of the Octa look. There is a normal tyre available with all-season tyres if you want, but looking at it on the configurator, this is the wheel your Defender Octa ought to come in. And as you can tell, it's big. I've left it, this is its normal ride height, is what we're looking at here, and it's tall. It's 28mm taller than your regular Defender, which is quite tall already, and this stands at 1,995mm high. And a lot of multi-storey car parks are 2 meters high, so you have 5mm clearance, although I understand that this advanced all-terrain tyre has a slightly taller diameter, so be aware if you're ordering it in this spec, you've got to watch it if you go into a multi-storey car park. Other things on this Defender Octa, very limited number of colours. There are only 4 colours available with it, and I know people who were going to buy this car and they're grumpy because of the limited colour palette. You can't get black, for example. You can get a sort of grey colour, you get a strange blue metallic, and this colour called Petra Copper, and it also has a matte finish, which is done via a wrap. So £4,500 buys it, but again, if you order it, you will notice that the door handle behind here is gloss, because it's obviously overlaid over the paint. And then if I open the door, you will see it's not matte here. So just be aware, it's just on the external surfaces and not done matte everywhere you look. We'll get to the interior when we get outside. But my goodness, it's got some presence. There's the Octa badge again on the side. I just love the way they've built the sort of wider, the take account of the wider track and all this all the way through the door. It just gives it a sense of purpose. Then, around the back, We'll have a look at the engine in a moment, but those 635 horsepower coming from the BMW V8 twin turbo, that gives you the quad exhaust, as you can see here. This car also has the optional tow bar, which is electrically deployed. I think it's £1,200. And it's also interesting how the black roof, which is an option, then goes to the tailgate as well. We're not going to look, it's normal because it's just a normal 110 Defender. There's nothing underneath, there's no secret storage under there. But as we all know, very practical car. And interesting, no soft close on this car, apart from the rear door. It doesn't do that on the front. If you go for the 20-inch wheel and the all-terrain, no tyre cover. So it's a real statement, I think, if you go for these option wheels, because that's what you see. Anybody following knows immediately following an Octa. Probably the way it disappears down the road would also give the game away as well. So a quick look at the engine. And there we go. No badges on the engine, just again, that Octa signature, the sort of square there. And you remember this engine is actually a hot V. If I just quickly pop over that, you can see the turbos sitting up the tops. It's all very hot up there. But, and I noticed you can see little signatures of BMW badge here and there on the engine. So they obviously don't mind it being known as a BMW engine. It's out of the M5. Who's going to complain about that? So there you go. Quick look around. Let's take it outside, take it for a drive. I do this quite a lot, this car, because I've got so used to soft closed doors, but it's not on this car. And yeah, you get in, it's a slightly higher clamber in, but it does kneel when you turn it all off. And actually, if I start the car now, up it goes. And my seat goes up as well. So yeah, everything, you move into position. And I can't get over how high I am in the car. When I'm in with other traffic, you sit really high in an Octa. The view out is exceptional, as it always is in Defender, but this is even better. And yeah, space, decent space in the back, storage, fantastic. This is obviously a fridge under here. There's this space under the sort of center console you just forget about, but it's there as well. And the shelf, big door bins. Everybody who owns a Defender just loves the practicality of it. They are fantastic family cars, I think. This one's got panoramic roof on it. I believe that's a standard fit. The rear view mirror is either a mirror or a camera that comes out the top, up to you. And then with Octa, I get this sort of darker finish and I get leather on the dash here. Yeah, I suppose just something on this car you could say is, you know, the cheapest Defender out there. What is it, 45, 50,000 pounds? I don't know, I'm guessing. And I suppose it's hard to dress up the interior to 100 and, well, this car on the road is 159,900 and something pounds, and that with all the extras on it and the road tax in here in the UK as well. So it's so usable, so practical. I love we've still got buttons in Defender. Defender's sort of 5 years old now, and they haven't disappeared into the screen. The screen is slightly smaller than on Range Rover, and I get buttons to do the heat, and I get these. Just so easy and very practical. Only downside, I suppose, is if you're looking at modes, you have to press that. They're dual purpose, and then you can just change this to whatever you want on here. But yeah, very clever how it all works on there, and I can then go back. It will go back to normal, and I can put heated seats on there, cup holders there, and wireless charging there. Yeah, I've got a noisy exhaust because I'm in a V8. It's quite muted actually, V8, but yeah, it's 2025, isn't it? And yeah, let's head out. Oh, one other thing, especially after that Ferrari 296 last week. Range Rover, Land Rover, easiest ADAS to turn off of any car I've tested. There is a button here. It will bleep in a minute because I've got a 20-mile-an-hour limit on my drive apparently. I press it once, it says hold to open the driver assistant. I don't need that. I press it again, I go straight to custom. 2 presses and I forget about it. And there are elements of ADAS that are good. The autonomous braking, if you're about to hit something, it will put the brakes on. Blind spots. There's all sorts of things, but not the speed warning and not lane assist, sorry, as it's termed. Anyway, head out, go find some better roads. Now, it's quite a clever little button on the steering wheel down here you get on an Octa, and that allows me to go straight to dynamic mode like that. Or if I press and hold, I go to a special Octa mode selected, and that is sort of an angry off-road mode. I can hear the exhaust has sounded up. I'm going to go back one to dynamic. Octa mode sort of puts more power to the rear. It's when you're on the loose and it behaves more like a rally car, very much rear drive. And yeah, we're going to boot it out of here. I'm still in auto normal drive mode. Oh, and off we go. And there's plenty of grunt there. And I like the engine. It's fairly muted, its V8 snarl, but it's a very good sound. It has a quality to it. It's a mature sound, shall we say, of a V8. And it's surprisingly quiet in here. I can hear the tyres. You might be able to hear it on the mic as well. But actually, when I put my noise meter, it's about 71 decibels in it, because Defender is actually quite a refined car these days. And because of that, you just hear sounds like the tyres on this car, and just clunks every now and then from the suspension. But generally, yeah, mild munching, but does have that character from those tyres. There are other things you can do on here as well. There's actually a comfort setting if you want it, but I do like the way on this Octa you've got the three things you're going to use on road, which is just auto, dynamic, and then the long hold for Octa. Very clever the way that works. With these modern engines, you're doing like 1500 revs. This thing at 70s, about 1400 RPM, something like that. So anyway, I've got my little squirt up the hill. I'm going to go back to dynamic. There we go. I'm going to pop that over to sport. We're just going to approach it, and let's see if we get a kick down. And off it goes. Builds torque, and we're away. I can feel a little wriggle from the wheel. Actually, as you do that, it's surprising how much torque this thing develops. But I can just sense the torque going to those front wheels as well. That's the amount of grunt this car's got. You are amazed at the performance of it. And I'm even more amazed at the performance of it after I've weighed it. Yeah, Land Rover say this car should weigh DIN 2,500 kilos, I think it is. I put it on the weigh bridge. 2,700 kilos this car weighed on my weigh bridge. That's a monster of a weight, but it might be something to do with these wheels. I can't imagine those tyres are lightweight tyres with all those triple ply, non-puncher type of thing, and taller. Very clever dynamics on it, and that powerhouse of an engine. Max torque at sort of 1800 RPM. They say the 0 to 60 time is 3.8 seconds, and I did some towing with it as well, just because I feel it's that sort of car. One thing, the towing camera on here, magic, the best in the business. You can back up to your trailer, don't even have to deploy the electric tow ball, and you can see exactly where the tow ball is going to be, and you park up, you deploy it, bing, and then you just lower the trailer onto the ball. I just love the system Land Rover developed for towing, and it has no problem handling the trailer. I had a Lister XS in the back. Right, I'm just getting to my favourite bit of road here as well. And yeah, 3-point-something tons, no problem at all, this car. Right, I'm going to turn in here. I've gone down to third, into second. And this is the trouble with it. Yeah. Those tyres don't like to be treated like that. I'm going to put the traction control off, because it interferes a lot if you've got these tyres on and you drive it in a spirited manner, shall we say. You have to go slow in and then use that power on the exit. But there isn't really the grip from these tyres. I'm looking at the G indicator on here. I've got 0.73 and 0.78. You won't get any higher than that. That is about the limit of its grip. It doesn't do 1G, and I'm talking away, and I want to put it down to normal. This is, yeah, the bumpy bit of road. There is a bit of patter. Again, I think the tyres are something to do with that. It's not uncomfortable, you just notice it. Otherwise, these bumps are squashed it can handle this. I mean, it's going to be going to Dakar. With this sort of suspension system, you would expect it to have no issues dealing with the bumps on a road like this. I would let like the tire pressures down or something, but generally pretty good. But you can just see a bit of shake. Those wheels and tyre combination are probably pretty heavy. And the other thing you notice, just quicker steering. They put a quicker steering rack in the Octa compared to other Defenders. And you drive it and you think, well, why isn't this standard on all Defenders? It just enhances it. It's subconscious, you notice it really, because it sort of feels vaguely normal, but it does have slightly sharp. You just notice you're doing less wheel movement to get it into the corner. I would imagine when it's loose and you're on gravel, having a quicker rack would be a good thing, but you don't really drive like that on road. Did a little bit of off-roading with it as well. Mighty impressive. Again, the tires helped. I love the camera system on that as well. We're in a very nadgety little off-road course amongst trees, and I was very grateful to be able to see if I'm missing that tree. I would have liked to have looked back. The cameras seem to only look forward. I would have liked to look at the back ones, but I'd had the side mirrors. But yeah, impressive. Impressive. I'm going back to dynamic, and I'm going to go to manual by using the paddles. There we go. God, it's got some grunt. You just use that torque. The star thing is, I say I'm using the torque, I can actually use the horsepower. Yeah, brakes, they're powerful, but it's got a lot of mass to stop, and they're steel rotors. You can't have carbon rotors in muddy and with stones and things around. But they're good for what they're controlling, but it's just the flatness of the cornering. This linked suspension does away with anti-roll bars, and it just allows the wheels to follow what it wants to do, but it controls roll. I'm told roll is reduced by 67%. I have no idea how they work that figure out, but it does feel really good. You do feel like pressing on down a road like this. Yeah, probably time for some likes and dislikes. Well, dislikes. I suppose I'm going to mention the sort of slight lack of refinement, which sort of goes with the territory. If you're going to produce an ultimate off-roader like this, it's going to have a little tyre drum and that sort of thing. So not unexpected. Two, I suppose the interior doesn't feel £150,000. I don't care a monkeys about that, because we'll go on to the lights, and I think there's something on the lights that you just don't forget about it. Three, it's expensive. Yeah, but I think it's very desirable, and I'm going to mention price in the conclusion, because there's a close car to this in the Land Rover stable, and this is a much better version of it than the other one. Four, it's not the most economical car to run. I'm struggling. I'm 1560 mpg, but I have been towing with it. I have been off-road. I noticed on the memory over the last 1800 miles it's done 18 mpg. It probably can do better if you're doing lots of motorways and that sort of thing. Let's move on to the positives. Presence. I just see it and I love it. I just desire it. I look outside, wow, that's what I want a tough Defender to look like. The wider starts, the extra wheel arches. Let's just try it round here. See, we'll get in a bit of a muddle round here. I'm in third. I try second. Here we go, out of here. Oh, I like to change up lights. Yeah, it's better. Oh, I can just feel it go light on the front wheels as we're over that ridge as well. Yes, an angry thing in that mode. Let's calm it down again. Yeah, it's good fun to punt around. I think it's because it's got all the suspension movement and you'll get into the limits earlier. I've discussed this with cars before. When the limits are lower, you sort of enjoy driving because you're controlling it. at the limit, and it's not really getting out of shape or anything, but you just know the car's working and you can feel it through this quicker steering and things. Yeah, what else likes? Just the practicality and usability. It's a Defender after all, and it is incredibly popular car for a good reason. They're just really easy to live with. All the space, all the compartments you can put family in everywhere you can plug in. It's just an incredibly user-friendly package. And if you look at the sales figures, we're 5 years into Defender and demand has not slowed down at all. Oh yeah, just a dislike actually, I should have mentioned, just the lack of colours, just 5 colours. This should be the most personalised car in the range, and yet I'm really limited. Matte paint, 4 colours, one wheel option. Come on, Land Rover, you do better than that. I want to make this look like my Octa, really special. Just think how well Porsche do that with 911 Dakar and Lamborghini does with Strato. Why aren't you playing the same game with this Octa? But anyway, there's lots to like with this car, but would I buy one? Well, I think the running costs might put me off on the fuel, because there's a little bit of Yorkshire in me. But if I was in the segment for buy this sort of car, performance SUV, I would love to buy this one, because I just think the presence, the look, the way it goes down the road, the intrigue from the engineering, I think it's a massive hit. And I was mentioning the other car in the range, well, that was the Range Rover Sport SV. That uses the same suspension, the same engine, and quite a lot of similarities between the two. But the Range Rover Sport is £26,500 more expensive than this car, even though it's the same car under the skin. And I think this is more desirable, this is more on point. I found that the Range Rover Sport SV sort of missed the character of the previous generation SVR with its supercharged V8 barking away there. Yes, the new one is quicker, yes, the suspension's very clever, but I don't feel I was getting the advantage of it as I do in this car. This car just hits all the bells. Everything about it I think is terrific. It looks great, and it's going to Dakar. That's going to give it real street cred, and it's probably going to do quite well from where I'm sitting. This is such a great car to live with. And with this character that this engine and this Octa and the wide stance and the look has given it, it's a hit. I can see it's an absolute hit. I think unfortunately, Range Rover SV will probably be a casualty in it, but I think we're going to see look-alikes to this car. I think it's just fantastic fun, and I didn't expect it to be as much fun to punt down a road like this. Just be careful on the tyre choice. I would not go for these extreme tyres. I'd go to the next all-season down, but still with a 20-inch. But I've enjoyed my time hugely with this car, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video as well. Well, if you did, please keep subscribing. Thank you so much to everyone who has, well past 800,000 subscribers now. And if you did enjoy this video, well, don't worry, there'll be more videos coming along very soon, probably in about a week's time. Thanks for watching.